Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Madison and this is Curls and Squats, your home for all things health and fitness. Today I'm going to talk about counting macros and your body morph and creating healthy eating habits. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you like this video and go ahead and subscribe for other fitness content from me and keep on watching. So by now you probably know a little bit about IIFYM, if it fits your macros diet, and just kind of like macros in general. But in case you don't, I'll do like a little rundown. So your macros or your macronutrients are the big three things that you find in your food that your food is composed of. That's going to be your carbohydrates, your fats, and your proteins. Basically, everything that you eat is composed of one or more of your macronutrients. So what we're going to talk about today is kind of like how you take whatever your calorie goal is for your weight goal and situate your macros into there and how your body morph can affect that. So first and foremost, like your body morph is going to be one of three things or a combination of two of these three things. Maybe even a little bit of everything if that's how your body is made. So the three kinds of body morphs are endomorph, mesomorph, and ectomorph. And endomorph is going to be like over here on the side of things, and this is where you're going to find like rounder, kind of like softer people who have trouble losing body fat but have no problem with gaining weight. And then on this end you've got your ectomorph, who is going to be like the exact opposite. It's going to be somebody who's smaller, like wafy, thin, a hard gainer, somebody who has a difficult time to gain weight, fat, or muscle. And then in the middle, you've got your mesomorph. And your mesomorph is going to be somebody who just kind of naturally looks like an athlete, kind of more muscular, finds it easy to put on muscle, like just leaner, like you kind of know the people that I'm talking about. You have a picture in your head of the person that I'm talking about. Finding out your body morph can be really beneficial when it comes to deciding how you want to eat, especially if you're going to follow something like the IIFYM, where you take your carbs, fats, and your proteins and split them out into kind of like percentages to meet your calorie criteria to lose or gain or maintain your weight. So for instance, I believe I'm an endomorph. I'm pretty sure that's what like my quiz said. So that means that I'm gonna split mine as 40% carbohydrates, 30% fats, and 30% protein out of like my whole calorie goal. So if I'm eating 1700 calories, 40% of those are carbs, 30% are fats, and 30% are protein. If you need help with any of like the calculations of that, feel free to contact me from the information in the description box and I can do like all of that for you. So just like make it easier on yourself. So how can this help you create healthy eating habits? So if you know anything about the IIFYM, you already know that basically you can eat whatever you want as long as it fits in the criteria that you've set for yourself for your macros. And my favorite thing to tell clients is that their first step should be to get a tracking app and just track the food that they're eating. You cannot make a change or create a healthier habit if you are unaware of what your habits currently are. So you may be under eating, you may be overeating, but you will not know until you start measuring things out and tracking them. Now, I understand that some people think that counting calories or tracking your food can create an unhealthy relationship with food. But I think that when done properly, it will create an even healthier relationship with food than what you currently have. I want you to be able to eat things that A, agree with your body, B, align with your goals, and C, make you happy. It's all about finding that balance and figuring out what works for you. So for instance, I don't eat dairy. I cannot eat dairy. I have like the worst allergic reactions whenever I eat anything with dairy. And it's kind of getting like worse as I get older and it sucks, but I just use like dairy substitutes and my life is fine and I still get to eat what I want without causing myself physical pain and discomfort. And it's kind of like the older I get, the more sensitive I become to gluten. So I just try to steer away from glutens and I focus on other grains like rice and quinoa and things like that. I love grits, so I don't, you know, like if you focus on what you can have instead of what you can't have, you will love your life a whole lot more. And that comes with like listening to your body. I actually did a blog post last week, I think by the time this video goes up, all about like how listening to your body can affect your fitness journey. That will also be linked in the description below, so make sure you check that out. And then, like I said, start tracking your food and paying attention to how different foods make you feel. If you find that you're always bloated when you eat celery, stop eating celery. Focus on other vegetables that you enjoy. Not that I enjoy celery, so won't catch me doing the celery juice challenge, okay? So by focusing on like each category and finding foods that you enjoy that agree with you and that fill out your slots for your macros, I believe that you will have a better relationship with food than you would have before you started. Now, another option that you could potentially take if you feel like you have a lot of food sensitivities is to try something like the Whole30, which is like a 30-day elimination diet essentially, where you reintroduce things one level at a time to see like what was really causing your issues. For me personally, I did not do the Whole30, but I for a long time knew that I had a pretty strong sensitivity to not just lactose but like all things dairy. And when I cut out dairy, I noticed the gluten thing. Whenever I cut out one thing that I knew was bad, I noticed that I was also getting bothered by gluten, so I just slowly started pulling back on that. It's not something that you have to change like today. It's something that happens over time, because this is a lifelong journey. This is not something that you're gonna do for like 6 months and then say, okay, well, time to go back to being a couch potato and eating Doritos all day. No, you wanna have like Doritos here and there in moderation. You wanna balance everything. You want to be able to, like I said, eat the things that make you happy, but in moderation. Like, I saw one, I can't even remember who it was. I saw a video on YouTube where a girl said like her cheat day was fruit, like some kind of fruit or something. And she was like, yeah, like it really bothers my stomach, but it tastes good. And like, I don't know that I could do that, because there are so many different options when it comes to food that I would prefer to not eat things that make me miserable. Even if it is just for like 8 hours or 6 hours or whatever. Like, if I have a choice between two things that taste good and one thing will make me bloated and fat and grumpy, and one thing will do absolutely nothing different, like it'll just, my day will be regular. My day will be regular. I will choose what makes it like regular. And I only know the foods that affect my body poorly because I have paid attention to what my body tells me. So because your girl has had to film this like, I don't know, 4 times now, 5 times. I'm not sure if I mentioned some of the tracking apps. I am absolutely not sponsored by any of these. My favorite tracking app is Chronometer or Chronometer or whatever. But there's also Evolve, LifeSum, and MyFitnessPal. They're all pretty easy. You just hit add food, search your food up, or scan it if it has a barcode. Even like fruit. Like, I bought a bag of nectarines and I could scan the barcode on that and just say like, oh, I ate 1 nectarine, and it tracked it for me. So my challenge for you is to download an app and let me know in the comments which one you're going to try, or which one you have already tried in the past, and track your food. Start paying attention to your eating habits and how they affect your body. And then you can get into something more advanced, like splitting up your macros differently to affect the shape of your body. Like, I have mentioned the split that I use, but I will tell you some of the benefits that I've learned, or that I've seen in my body since I started using the split. It's more of like a game for me to figure out like, how can I get more healthy fats? How can I get more protein? How can I cut back on carbs and still stay full? And I have found it relatively easy to stick to my macro goals while I'm staying under my calories. I have tried new foods. I have just tweaked my proportions a little bit. I have put a little bit of a larger piece of meat on my plate and a smaller serving of carbohydrates. I have tried new recipes. Like I love cooking personally, so this is like an adventure for me. And my husband right now is kind of like, I don't care, I'll eat whatever. So it's easier for me to like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna eat because this is what works for me. But like I said, like just start tracking, pay attention, listen to your body, because your body absolutely knows what's gonna work for it and what will not work for it. I think that about wraps this video up. There might be like an outtake or like where I'm like, hi guys, this is what I forgot. But as of right now, like I'm pretty sure I got it all. We'll see, I guess. Like I said, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a beat. Contact me anytime you have any questions, either in the comments or at the contact information down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.